Welcome back, everyone. It's fantastic to have you join us again, and I promise you're in for a treat today. We've got something really special in store, and trust me, this is the kind of story that will keep you hooked from start to finish. Today, we are diving into one of the most intriguing and valuable pieces of numismatic history, the 1988 quarter dollar arches. If you're wondering why a quarter, of all things, is worth an absolutely eye-popping $325 million, then buckle up, because we are about to unfold a story that might just surprise you. This story isn't just about a coin, it's about the unexpected twists of fate, the rare anomalies that slip through the cracks of history, and the kind of treasure hunts that make coin collectors lose sleep. At first glance, you might think that the 1988 quarter is just like any other coin that has passed through the US Mint. After all, there's nothing particularly extraordinary about the 1988 series of quarters, right? They were part of a regular production of coinage from the US Mint, designed to circulate as normal currency. The year 1988 itself saw the US economy in a state of growth, with the dollar still strong and inflation relatively low compared to other times in history. But here's the kicker: it wasn't just the 1988 quarter itself that became valuable. It was an error, a small anomaly that turned it into something much bigger than anyone could have imagined. So, how did a regular quarter, one that was produced in the millions and released into circulation in 1988, come to be worth an unbelievable $325 million? That's a question that has fascinated numismatists, collectors, and even the general public who's heard of this rare coin. And to answer that, we need to look closely at the specifics of what happened during the minting process and how an error, a small but significant one, turned this coin into an object of extreme value. Let's rewind to the summer of 1988. The United States Mint was in full operation, producing billions of coins to meet the demands of a growing economy. The US Mint, located in Philadelphia, was cranking out coinage for not only domestic circulation but also for international use. Quarters were one of the most commonly produced coins, and each one was made with precision and care to maintain uniformity. The design was simple yet iconic, featuring George Washington's likeness on the obverse and an eagle in flight on the reverse. Little did anyone know, however, that a small malfunction at the mint would lead to a coin that would forever change the landscape of numismatics. During the minting of the 1988 quarter, a minor, almost imperceptible error occurred in the machinery at the Philadelphia Mint. This wasn't the kind of error that would immediately catch the eye of the general public, but it was significant enough to make a difference for the people who truly understood coins. It was a mistake in the striking process, one that slightly altered the appearance of the coin in a way that wasn't immediately noticeable. The quarter, instead of being stamped with the standard design, had a faint but distinctive arch-like shape embedded on the reverse side, right across the eagle's wings. At first, the arch wasn't a huge concern. Mint workers noticed the slight deviation but didn't think much of it. The coins were being produced in such large quantities that the error was easily overlooked by most who inspected the coins. This wasn't the first time an error occurred in the minting process, and it likely wouldn't be the last. Most such errors get destroyed or melted down before they ever make it into circulation, so the fact that this arch-patterned coin slipped through the cracks was nothing short of a rare stroke of luck. The coins with the arch pattern were eventually released into circulation along with millions of other 1988 quarters, and most of them were spent as regular currency. It wasn't until years later, when a few experienced collectors started noticing something unusual about the 1988 quarters they were collecting, that the significance of the error became clear. The subtle arch was more than just a minor anomaly, it was a unique feature that, with the right collectors in the right places, could fetch an extraordinary price. It's worth noting that coin collecting is a field where rarity and condition determine value. But, unlike other forms of collecting, coins have a peculiar way of being marked by time. The longer a coin survives in good condition, the more valuable it becomes. This is especially true for coins with errors. In many cases, once an error coin is identified, it becomes a sort of treasure hunt for collectors who are looking for that specific anomaly. They search through rolls of coins, sift through piles of change, and buy and sell among themselves in hopes of uncovering one of these hidden gems. The more rare the error, the higher the demand, and the higher the price. In the case of the 1988 $P$, arches, the error wasn't one that most people would have easily spotted. It wasn't a huge mistake like a double die or an off-center strike. Instead, it was a subtle change that required a keen eye to detect. The arch shape on the reverse side of the coin was faint, but it was just enough of a deviation from the normal pattern to make it stand out for those in the know. A few collectors, aware of the patterns that errors typically take, began to seek out these arch-struck coins. They realized that not only was this a rare error, but it was also a unique one that no other minting machine had ever produced before. The arch became a defining characteristic, and its presence made the coin incredibly valuable to anyone in the numismatic community. It wasn't long before word spread. A small number of these 1988 $P$, arches were found and sold at auctions, but their prices were modest at first, just a few $1,000s. This was typical for a coin error that hadn't yet gained widespread attention. But as more and more collectors and investors got wind of the coin, the bidding wars began. The more people who wanted it, the higher the price went. And just like that, a coin that had once been nothing more than a regular circulating quarter became a highly sought-after treasure. Fast forward to the 1990s, and the value of the 1988 $P$, arches was rising steadily. What started as a few $1,000s soon turned into tens of thousands. Then, as the coin's rarity became more well-known, the price shot up into the hundreds of thousands of dollars. As more of these coins made their way to the public through auction houses and private sales, the price continued to climb. It became clear that the 1988 $P$, arches was no longer just a rare coin, it was an investment opportunity. Collectors and investors alike began to see the coin not just as a part of history, but as a way to make a considerable return on investment. The rarity of the coin combined with the fascinating story behind its existence made it an item that was as much a piece of art as it was a financial asset. By the early 2000s, the price of a 1988 $P$, arches reached a stunning $325 million, a number that most people in the coin collecting world had never seen before. It was a figure that was almost unimaginable for a quarter. But in the world of rare coinage, where anything can happen, it was just another chapter in the ongoing saga of extraordinary finds. A coin that was meant to be a simple form of currency had turned into a multi-million-dollar treasure. The 1988 $P$, arches was no longer just a coin, it was a symbol of the unpredictable nature of collecting and the remarkable twists of fate that can turn a simple mistake into a priceless artifact. Now, if you're wondering what makes this coin so special beyond its rarity and its incredible price tag, the answer lies in the broader context of coin collecting. The world of numismatics is a world where precision and detail are everything. Collectors spend years studying coins, learning about the subtle differences between different minting years, and identifying unique features that can make one coin worth a fortune while another may not even be worth its face value. In this world, every little imperfection counts, and every anomaly has the potential to become a treasure. What makes the 1988 $P$, arches stand out, in addition to its era, is the fact that it reflects the spirit of numismatics itself, the pursuit of rare and unique items, the thrill of discovery, and the connection between past and present. It's not just about owning a piece of history, it's about owning a piece of history that no one else has ever had the chance to hold. It's about finding that one thing, that one coin, that no one else in the world has ever seen before. Today, the 1988 $P$, arches remains one of the most valuable coins ever discovered, and its legacy continues to inspire collectors around the world. It serves as a reminder that in the world of collecting, anything is possible. What might seem like a small, insignificant mistake can sometimes lead to one of the greatest treasures the world has ever known. Whether you're a seasoned numismatist or just someone with a passing interest in coins, the story of the 1988 $P$, arches is a testament to the unexpected wonders that can emerge from the most unlikely of places. Thanks for tuning in today. We hope you've enjoyed hearing about this incredible piece of coin history. As always, we'll be back with more fascinating stories, so don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell icon so you won't miss out on any future videos. Until next time, happy collecting!